And then let's just chill this down. And then I need to go in the air for 5. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. Today we're talking free-to-play brawl deck, 0 rares, 0 mythics. This is a Simic Enchantment / mill brawl deck, and I want to take a moment to remind you all of our free-to-play beginner-friendly brawl tournament the last weekend of every single month. Go ahead and join that. Links in the description. Everybody's welcome, all skill levels, but this is tailored to beginner players. So let's get into the deck. Utropa the Twice-Favoured is our commander. She has Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under our control, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. That target creature gains flying until end of turn. She herself is a 2/2, and lots of times we like to buff her up to get her out of that range of removal, that 4/5 range. If we can get her up to 6, we're laughing. We have Merfolk's Secret Keeper, so a lot of mill synergy in this deck. Venture deeper, the top 4 cards of your library into the graveyard. It's a 0/4 defender. Overwhelmed Apprentice, the top 2 cards of our libraries into our graveyards, and then we scry 2. Sage of Mysteries, Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield, target player puts the top 2 in their library to the graveyard. Chainweb Areknar, Reach 1/2. It escapes with 4 cards to your graveyard and 3 counters on it, so it's going to be a 4/5 with Reach, which is really cool. Stern Dismissal, return target creature or enchantment and opponent controls to its hand. Unsummon, return target creature to its owner's hand, non-specific. Towering Wave Mystic. Whenever Towering Wave Mystic deals damage, target player puts that many cards from the top of their library into their graveyard. So this is really cool. We're using Utropa Twice-Favoured to power this up, give it flying, and allow it to do that combat damage. Wall of Lost Thoughts. The top 4 cards of their library to the graveyard. It's a 0/4. Destiny Spinner. Creature and enchantment spells you control can't be countered. We can pay 4 here. Target land we control becomes an XX elemental with trample and haste until end of turn, where X is the number of enchantments you control. It's still a land. Nessian Wanderer. Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a land card from among them. Put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Colossus Dismissal. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Amass 1. Frogify. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a frog. That's 1/1. Tasmania's Transformation. The exact same thing. Midomi's Prophecy. Scry 2. Choose a card name. When you cast a spell with a chosen name for the first time this turn, draw 2 cards. And then turn 4 is look at the top card of each player's library. Flash. Omen of the Sea. Enters the battlefield, scry 2, and then draw a card. You can pay 3, sacrifice it, scry another 2, run away together, choose 2 target creatures controlled by different players, return those creatures to their owner's hand. Starlight Mantle, Flash. This is an enchantment as well, which is really great for Constellation. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and hexproof until end of turn. Sweet Oblivion, target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into the graveyard, escape it for 4, plus exiling 4 cards from our library, or sorry, our graveyard, into exile. Teferi's Time Twist, exile target permanent you control, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. If it enters the battlefield as a creature, it enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it. Gateway Sneak, whenever a gate enters the battlefield under your control, Gateway Sneak can't be blocked this turn. Whenever Gateway Sneak deals damage to a player, draw a card. So this is great with Utropa as well because we can give it flying and just start drawing cards that way. Next, Herald. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target enchanted creature you control gets +1/+1, gains trample until end of turn. Didn't say please. Counter target spells. Controller puts the top 3 cards of their library to the graveyard. Thought Collapse is the exact same thing. Shimmerwing Chimera, flying 3/2. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target enchantment you control to its owner's hand, which is really cool. Triton Wave Rider, Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, Triton Wave Rider gets flying until end of turn. Okami Adversary. The spell costs 2 less to cast if an opponent controls a green permanent, has a death touch, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So this is a similar reason to be in the deck as Gateway Sneak for that draw effect. Bond of Insight. Each player puts the top 4 cards of their library to the graveyard. Return up to 2 instances and sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand, and then exile Bond of Insight. And then Shoal Kraken, Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So a lot of draw, a lot of counter, a lot of return, or shutdown effects like Frogify. Really, there's multiple ways to play this deck. This is not a single kill command deck. We can use our mill to win if we get the right cards. We can also just go big with flyers if we need to win, right? So there's multiple ways here to get this done. I believe if we even get lucky, we can get some trample damage going as well. So let me know what you think of the deck, guys. I think this is definitely a good start. I did want to make a mill version. I realized that it might not be super consistent, but the power is definitely there if you can get it going. I do really want to just make an aggro version. So let me know what you think of the deck. I would love your thoughts and input. Make sure to join the Discord to give me said thoughts and input. Be sure to watch us live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST, if you're interested in joining the live conversation there. Again, enjoy the rest of the footage. Take care. Have a great day. Okay. So let's see what we can do free to play with Simic Enchantments. We have a free mulligan in Brawl, which is always great, but I think we might just push out this growth spiral, try to ramp into really anything. I guess it won't be much of a ramp, to be honest. Even if we can get our Utropa out and then start buffing her up, we could be okay. Playing our guild gate first, obviously. We control a bounce for our opponents, a bounce for our own. We have an extra draw, and then we have a fight effect, so we're kind of all set up. Just looking for that secondary creature. Our opponent plays a Love-Struck Beast. Of course he does. That's okay. We're going to try to mill our opponent as well. He's got 50 cards. So he's got a big old hand, and he's going to go big old wide on us. Alright, Reyes is on the field. And this is where things get bad. Okay, so we could just kill his Reyes immediately, probably. I don't think he has really much for removal either. So we're going to go in, play our Utropa. And now we're getting pretty good value whenever we play an enchantment, which we have a few of. A couple instances, a couple enchantments, no attackers. All right. Reyes is pretty slow, but once he gets going, it's just way too powerful. He is gonna exile one of my guys. He's got a prison realm or something. He's checking it. He's like, which one of these is a bigger threat to me? Oh, he goes with Daxos instead. Wants a little life gain, a little defense. Okay, that's actually not bad for us. Basically gives us 2 double lands. And we are going to start milling our opponent finally. We're going to give ourselves flying this turn, just because Sage of Mysteries isn't much of an attacker, right? We also have 3 mana still. And I'm flirting with killing his Daxos as well as his Reyes, but I think we just go in for the kill here as well. Taking out his Daxos, milling him further. We already have flying. Why not give Sage of Mysteries flying? Put a token on that. It kind of becomes a viable attacker now. And You know, I wouldn't mind bouncing this 1/1 into infinity. No, not yet. We're gonna save that. All aboard. So typically we would defend because we're trying to mill our opponent, but we're also just trying to get that aggro damage in if we can. Because 40 cards, 50 cards is a lot to work through, you guys. We're only doing 2 at a time. It's not like we're stacking Drowned Secrets in any way. It's just enough to upset our opponent, right? Kind of maybe interrupt his playstyle momentarily if we can. I'm worried about what he's going to do. He is targeting our Utropa again. It would be nice to get another land open for our Teferi's Time Twist. I believe we'll see some attackers here. Probably saving this for a Prison Realm potentially. Run away together is not bad either. And we're sitting at all instant speed here. No enchantments, which is a bit of a bummer. I think we just swing in regular, right, with our Utropa. And we're just going to try to go on the defensive at this point. We're going to be okay here. It is pretty early on. Our opponents still sit on 43. We're up at 48, so we're doing a semi-good job. But again, we'd like to finish this off sooner rather than later. Right, it's the Redeemed, Incubation Druid, Castle Ardenvale. Daxos is just an uncommon. Harmonious Archon. So our opponent definitely is cooking with a little bit of fire here. Let's Growth Spiral. Just so we're not wasting mana, right? Leaving it untapped. We do get to draw, which is great. We may as well pass the buck. Play the land. Do a little bit of milling. We also get to scry, which is nice. We will be running away the Incubation Druid, I believe, as soon as he goes to tap it for land. And we can toss both of these lands to the bottom of our library. We're fully set up on that. We'll go in with the 2 attacks here, why not? Let's see him tap his Incubation Druid after he declares it as a blocker. And then he's going to sink his mana into that. Am I right? I imagine it's a pretty good play. And now we can bounce the Incubation Druid and our Overwhelmed Apprentice. He's just now spent his mana for the turn when he could have created a token. And we will go into damage here. And Now, playing our Overwhelmed Apprentice again, and our Starlit Mantle can stay. We probably should have kept that blue source open as well to protect our Utropa. But again, I think we've stuttered him enough that he's just gonna go around, right? So that's fine. He's trying to buff up. He's got the flyer in effect now as well. I think we can just push this back. We could have kept that for his incubation druid again, but I'm not overly concerned. I think we can aggro in again here. So he's just chump blocking, that's fine. Losing his 1/1. And that's actually okay. Getting 2 more damage in. It's the world's slowest mill deck, you guys. Hopefully we can get the kill though. We are using 0 rares and 0 mythic rares. Just trying to make the most out of it. Alright. That's no buenos. Another Hushbringer. And that actually shuts the mace down, which is pretty funny. He played those in the wrong order. Alright. It is our turn. Let's just take the draw. It's a land, we don't appreciate it. Let's go all in here. We do have the ability to flash in this enchantment. We also have Teferi's Time Twist. So a couple different things we could do. And we can actually get the kill on both of these creatures here, which is really quite interesting. So we're putting up our Sage of Mysteries, which kills the Hushbringer, and then our Utropa is going to power up our Overwhelmed Apprentice, which is going to kill its Incubation Druid, and that's it, you guys. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, let's see if we can actually maybe enforce a mill kill as well. We've seen that we were able to just aggro our opponent out, but let's try to get an old-fashioned kind of kill. You know what I mean? We're at Free Mulligan here. We're just looking for our Towering Mystic. We can't find it. We're gonna let this roll. It's gonna be a hard win here, you guys. Let's toss out a defender, why not? Those are 2 really good pulls. That's awesome. Chronos in the house. Oh my gosh, you guys. That is a real rude boy situation. Let's keep the mill up. Alright, so Smothering Tithe is really going to get us. I do not like that. He's got a command tower in play as well, so our opponent is firing on all cylinders. And he kills our lovely little Wolf Haven. Just a little aggressive, pays life. He's going to play his Chronos again. What a beastly dog that is. Woof. Starlit Mantle will allow it. And we're going to decline. He can have land. He's got plenty of land. Doesn't need any more, I don't think. And let's pray he doesn't have removal. We could Teferi or Starlit Mantle still. But again, it's not going to get us very far. Still sitting on 39. We're doing a fair job at milling this time. But again, not anywhere close, you guys. It's got Menace as well. And who knows what else he's holding in his hand. Yeah, screw it. Let's do it. Starlit Mantle on Utropa. Doesn't have any removal. That's so good. And we're gonna buff up our Wall of Lost Thoughts just because we want it to be able to defend as well. And then we're gonna have to double block here. He doesn't have any Death Touch. I see 3 heads and I just think Questing Beast. That was supposed to block. I'm not sure what happened there. You guys see me make those clicks. And now he's gonna have a sack.
This battle exciting for me.
That's less than ideal, you guys.
Right.
You can have the land, I don't care. Season of Growth absolutely needs to hit. And we need to buff ourselves up and just kill. This Liliana. Right. Let's snatch that.
Do not ruin my dress.
We can chill here. If we target our Wall of Lost Thought with our Teferi's Time Twist, we could get a kill. Or like a draw, I guess.
Good, mindless minion.
Oath of Kaya. Is that just gonna hit our face? Where's that going? Alright. So he's got a really good field. A Gideon Backblade now. Oh my god, you guys. Nice. Incredible. He is going to strike home in a very big way. Just dropping mythics, rares. Oh my god. So, indestructible here, I imagine. Not that he needs it. We only have 1 defender, so we cannot block if we wanted to. We can stop that though, and we should probably take the draw. Right, just for the draw. We're gonna decline. He can have it. It's not good, man. We can kill his Liliana this turn at least. Working our way through it. Working our way through it. He is down to 38 cards, so I feel like he's gaining cards. I don't think run away together saves the game right now. You know what I mean? And then let's just chill this down. And then I need to go in the air for 5. It's gonna allow us to draw a land. Killing his Liliana, of course. Our opponent has plenty of life, plenty of land. He's still got his commander on the edge of the field. Let's see what we mill here. We do get our defender back. Should be a 2/5 though, should it not? Or it loses its original counter, I suppose. Okay, a couple of cool cards we got there. You know what? I'll take the creature. I don't mind putting up a wall. Down to 33. Gideon Black Backblade on the field, but we do have a defender for it. Conclave Tribunal. He's going to take our Utropa, and that's going to be game. Put that back into exile or our command zone. We have to pay 5 for it now, and we lose our enchantment. And God Eternal Oketra, another mythic bomb hits us in the mouth, you guys. We're competing, but it's just so hard without mass removal for these. When he just piles them on as well. I imagine Indestructible Vigilance, whatever. I guess let's kill the one with Vigilance, right? Taking quite a bit of damage here. It's just so expensive. What a bummer, you guys. It is what it is. Gotta do it. Transformation is really good. We can get his Octra with that, or Oketra. Now we have to survive this turn somehow. And it doesn't look good, you guys. Yeah, he has a potion of 10. Goodness gracious, what an animation as well. Wow. That's the first time I've actually seen that played. So we're getting hammered. That's for sure. We know this. Double strike sucks. And then we're still taking 5 damage here. I don't think we can win the game next turn, you guys. We're gonna play it out, but that has been an absolute beatdown. We did get our opponent down to 32 cards, halfway there. And now he's exiling his Gideon to kill my Utropa again. And I'm just gonna let him have it. That is a good game. And that was our budget Simic Enchant deck. We didn't get to execute quite like we wanted to, but we did get close. We're gonna get to draw here, which is nice. He's already done too much damage though. There's nothing we can do about it. We finally see our Towering Mystic, which is what we wanted to play with the entire time. What do you do though, right? There's nothing that gets us out of this situation. A Stern Dismissal, I guess, but we have to cast for 4 to get it. We have the mana. It's our only hope, you guys. Down to 28. Taking our Stern Dismissal and our Oblivion, even though we don't need it. And Yeah. Goodness gracious. We gotta kill them both. I don't know how. All of his creatures somehow need to die. We'll pop that there, and we can show ourselves out. There's no need to stick around. We just wanted to play it out a little bit further. So that was our budget Selesnya Enchantment mill deck. We didn't get to demonstrate Towering Mystic via our Utropa Twice-Favoured. Just power that Mystic up and you can mill your opponent so quickly. That's why it's included. Typically, you might want to just aggro your opponent down, but that's a different build, that's a different deck. I did want to do this one first, and I really want to encourage everybody who's watching to enter our free-to-play, beginner-friendly monthly Brawl tournament. It is the last weekend of every month. The link's in the description. This month is called the Cinnamon Bowl, so you're all welcome to join that. It's a really great environment, and it's a really easy difficulty curve, so you're having not a lot of troubles there. So don't be afraid. Come join our tournament. That's it, you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm live every single morning, 6 a.m. PST on Twitch. I'd love for you to come join the live conversation there. And until then, we'll see you later.